for a cut of the profits. It's not a conspiracy, it's official policy. After years of promising cripple China's AI industry, Washington reversed course and allowed Nvidia's chips for direct sale to Beijing. No espionage or attacks, just lobbyists and trying a contract. With a flick of a pen, the most strategically important technology of the 21st century landed back in the hand of America's biggest rival. Because the AI Cold War was never really about stopping China, it was about who gets paid. Chapter 1. The Beijing Reversal. The press release that announced the H200 deal in December 2025 reads like ordinary trade paperwork at first glance. Read it again and something starts to feel different. Buried inside what is basically one of the policy U-turns in American technology history, the kind of pivot that would normally roll out over months. Instead, it landed almost out of nowhere. The US government would now take a cut of every Nvidia H200 chip shipped across the Pacific, a quarter of every dollar. The H200 isn't something you'd find in a gaming PC. This is different. It's kind of hardware built for one job: training advanced AI systems at scale. There is so much raw data through it that it behaves less like a chip and more like a small factory for intelligence. A few thousand together and get an industrial compute plus akin to elite AI models in weeks rather than years. Under US export controls, that kind of system was never meant to end up in places like China. At least that was the rule. But before we go any further, imagine this. You're online every single day. You check your email, open a few apps, look things up, stream videos, maybe even do all of that while traveling. And to you, that feels totally normal. But behind the scenes, your internet provider, advertisers, network admins, and sometimes even governments can build a surprisingly detailed picture of what you're doing online. Now, to be clear, no VPN can protect you from everything. You still have to be smart online. Don't click suspicious links. Don't hand over personal information to sketchy emails, and definitely don't trust the so-called Prince of Nigeria. But a good VPN is an important layer of privacy, because privacy shouldn't be something you only think about after something goes wrong. It should be the default. And that's exactly what Proton VPN is built for. Proton VPN helps keep your browsing private wherever you are, whether you're at home, traveling, or just trying to stop your online activity from being tracked. Their no-logs policy has been verified by independent auditors, and Proton is backed by a foundation dedicated to privacy, transparency, and user rights. Proton VPN is also fully open source, meaning its code is publicly available for inspection. So instead of just asking you to trust them, Proton gives people a way to verify what they're doing. And privacy doesn't have to mean slow. Proton VPN offers high-speed connections with VPN Accelerator plus NetShield, which blocks malicious ads and trackers before they ruin your browsing experience. It also gives you more freedom online. You can connect through servers around the world, access content more securely while traveling, and use it for streaming, gaming, and P2P file sharing, all while keeping your online activity more private. So whether you're trying to stop advertisers from following you, keep your browsing private from your ISP, or just take back control of your online life, Proton VPN makes privacy simple. Click the link in the description or go to protonvpn.com/theinfographics show to get up to a 70% discount when you sign up to Proton VPN's 2-year plan. Back in 2023, the Bureau of Industry and Security drew a hard line.
Max out on your styles with the Myntra End of Reason sale. The sale is live. Shop now.
Myntra End of Reason sale is live with Myntra minimum prices on top brands. Shop now.
कोई माचिस तो दो यार।
पापा।
हाँ।
ये किसका है?
जरा मुस्कुराइए, वाडीलाल खाइए।
वाह। Line. They are the ones who decide what technology can cross which borders. The concern was simple. China's AI labs were making inroads in the AI arms race, and Washington was desperately trying to slow it. So officials started limiting how much computing power could legally be exported. The problem? The best chips were already way beyond those limits. So companies like Nvidia did what companies do. They adapted. They built a downgraded version designed to slip just under the rules, keeping the market open without crossing the line. But even that workaround didn't hold for long. Instead of a clean ban, Washington shifted to something more flexible, a 1-year waiver system with individual approvals. In practice, the government itself would decide case by case who in China was allowed to buy the advanced chips. The press called it the China Chip Review. The list of who qualified is the real story because the approved buyers weren't obscure startups or low-risk firms. They included Alibaba, ByteDance, and Tencent. There were also research institutions with links to the People's Liberation Army, or PLA, and state-backed cloud providers tied to China's defense infrastructure. The same organizations American policy had spent 2 administrations trying to starve of compute were suddenly players. Once the hardware leaves, the rules and regulations don't live with it, compute doesn't stay supervised, a data center doesn't know what it's trained. The United States was now getting revenue from selling hardware it had publicly called a national security threat just before. What's most telling is how the people who built the original blockade found out that it had changed. According to later reporting, many of them found out the same way the public did, through news agencies. Beijing isn't still either. Chinese regulators told state-linked firm Huawei over American, but Alibaba, ByteDance, and Tencent